Hey guys, it's SimQueen, and today I am building a house for my save file. This house is going to be in Willow Creek. I did do a create a sim for the family I imagined living in this house, but I haven't decided yet if I'm going to include that in the video or not. I am happy with the create a sim I did, and I like the family that I've got for this house, but I do want to have some empty houses in my save file so that your sims can move in if you do decide to download my save file. And I think that, you can easily move somebody out. It's not difficult at all, but I don't want the entire save file to be full of families. I want some empty ones. But as I'm kind of talking about it now, I'm thinking maybe what I'll do is create some starter homes and leave those empty, but the ones that are a little more expensive I could fill up. Obviously, you could use cheats to get any house you want, but a lot of people like to play with realism in their game and don't use money cheats. So I do want to make sure I have some starter homes in my save file as well, and this is not one of them. It is a smaller house, but I can't remember what it works out to be. Yeah, I don't remember how much it is, but I'm really happy with it. I think it's super cute. I wanted to try a house that had kind of a side yard, and I think that this lot was perfect for it because it's pretty small. It is right on the creek. I think I called it Creekside something. I can't remember. I was trying to get creative with the names and it was kind of difficult, but yeah, I did. I think that I actually will put in the Sims that I created for this house. Her name is Carly Hansen, and it's funny how I just decided that as I'm doing this, but I guess I talked myself into it. Her name is Carly Hansen, and she has a Dalmatian named Soda Pop. I chose that name Soda Pop because when I was little, we had a family friend who had a Dalmatian named Soda Pop, and now for some reason I just love that name for Dalmatian, so that's the name that I chose. So yeah, she's just a single woman living in this house with her dog. I'm actually really happy with the layout and the furnishing of this place. I had to play around with it for a little while. This is one of the rare times when I did include the floor plan in my video. Normally I cut it out because it takes a really long time, but this is a smaller house and you can see I struggled a little bit, but not nearly as much as I usually do. So yeah, I had the idea to just do a 1 bedroom, 1 bath. It's very small, but it's furnished in a really cute way. I love her bedroom. I love I actually love every single room in this house, and I'm really happy with it. It's very cutesy. I'm perfect for a single girl living in a house. I pictured, I don't know, like I said, I pictured a single girl. I didn't really have a career in mind, so I will probably have to kind of come up with that a little bit later. As I was making Carly, I didn't really think, nothing really stood out to me. I usually kind of get to know my Sims and their story and stuff like that as I'm making them, but with Carly, nothing really stood out. I thought she would make a good dog walker if we had that career, but we don't. But I thought that would be a good career for her. She could really be anything. I think maybe I mean, not every Sim has to have a backstory. I don't know. I just may give her some random job, and yeah, she doesn't have to be a career person at all. She could just be someone who works for a living but prefers to hang out with her dog in the meantime. So the kitchen, I used these turquoise appliances, which I think are really cute. I don't often use those. I usually go for like the white or like the stainless steel color, but this I thought looked really good. I kind of forgot to put in a pet bed. I usually do that, but I forgot to do it in this build. I did put in the pet bowl, and I think I put up like a leash rack, and I don't think I did a lot for the dog in this house, but there really isn't much room. There was no free space really. I wish that the game had dog houses though, because it'd be really easy to put those just in a yard somewhere. You can always make room for those, but pet beds are kind of hard to make room for. Also, I was having a problem here where I was trying to raise things up using the 9 key, and every time I did that, my game just shot me out into outer space, and I have no idea why. You saw me struggle with it a couple of times, and I think I struggle with it again, and finally it fixes itself and just starts working. I don't really know why I was having that issue, but the 9 key just wasn't working. And I was doing another build yesterday, and the same thing was happening, and eventually it just fixes itself. I don't know if it's something I'm doing. I have no idea what that is, but anyway, I'm just putting in some shelves here. I did want a little bit of clutter in this house, but in kind of a neat, cutesy way, not in like a disorganized way. We don't have, like I've said a million times, don't have very many clutter items, so I had to kind of get creative with the things that I was putting on these shelves. I put like candles and books and Yeah, it's getting a little frustrating with the clutter items. I really doubt Get Famous is going to come with very many clutter items, so I kind of think we're stuck with what we have. I don't have any custom content furniture really. I mean, I have the mod, like the baby shower and the prom and the funeral mod, which comes with a few custom content items, but I never really use them, especially my save file, because I'm avoiding custom content altogether so that anyone can download these things. And of course I put like a little dog calendar there. And then this corner, I had a really cool idea to put in one of those bay window couches for one half of the dining table, and then chairs on the other side. So, I mean, I don't do that until a little bit later here. I'm kind of setting it up now as it is, and then I move it in. But you can't actually use it for what it's kind of meant to do. You can't get around the other side of that. I didn't even player test it. I just know that without even testing it. But you can use the chairs on the other side, and since it's just one sim living in this house, I thought it wasn't really a big deal, and it looks really cute. It looks good in the screenshots too. I just love that idea. And then I wanted to use some different lights as well, so I played around with different lights. I used the mason jar lights later on in the kitchen, and then above the dining room I also had like a blue hanging light there as well. I use a lot of blues and a lot of like turquoise aqua colors as well. And the living room was a smaller area too. I just put in this longer couch because I think it matched the paint that I used. I did actually end up changing the paint to a bit of a darker color, but I think it actually looks really good like that. Put in a lamp and some flowers and like a little side table there. And I also put a shelf on the other side of the fireplace and a chair underneath it. I just didn't want any bare walls. It always looks like something needs to go there. So I did put that, I think I used that chair. I did play around with other ones, but that one looked the best. And those little flowers I have on the fireplace, I'm pretty sure I took 2 of them out because looking at it now, it just looks a little too like floofy and I don't know, it doesn't look right. So I think I actually ended up taking some of those out. And then of course some more clutter items. It's really hard to decide what exactly to use, especially when you're so limited. And here I am, see, I was hitting the 9 key and my game was just shooting me out into the neighborhood and it was super frustrating. But yeah, I also put in a Dalmatian sculpture or whatever you call it as well because obviously she does like her Dalmatians. Put in like a little coffee table. It's a very small living room, but I think it's really cute. I can't wait to play in this house. It might be a little bit too expensive, but I don't think I should have an easier time getting a sim that can afford to live here. I don't use money cheats in my games, so I kind of have to wait until I have a sim that I can afford it. But I can tell you, this house I'm really looking forward to living in. I think it's just so adorable. There's really no room for a family though. I don't even think you can make it work unless you added a second floor. But I think for like a couple or a single sim, this house is just perfect. I put in a few like little shelves and towel racks and things just to kind of fill it up a little bit. And I went with like the turquoise theme as the color for this bathroom as well. I don't think it's too overbearing either. I think it looks really good. I'm very happy with the bathroom. I think it's really cute. And the bedroom is probably actually my favorite room. It's just, it's very cozy looking, I guess, but also kind of, I don't know what the word is, like chic. Like it looks really good. I think I ended up using the bed. I started with that one, but I didn't like the color. So I used the bed that came with cats and dogs. I just love the bedding on that. Like if I could buy that in real life, I definitely would. Used more blue. Blue was like the theme of this house. Just different shades of blue. There's like teal and there's turquoise. Arguably those are green shades as well, but in my mind they're blue. And yeah, I didn't really fill it up with too much stuff. A little bit of clutter like those laundry baskets, put in a mirror and a plant. And on the other side, I think I put a chair there. I can't remember. And yeah, I put a chair and a little lamp, I think, just like as a reading nook. And then I put that flowery wreath above the bed. I thought it looked really good there. And I did want a kind of an interesting lamp or light in there as well. So I was playing around with light fixtures and sizing them down because most of them were too big. So I ended up with that one, and I think it looks really good. The lighting in that room is really nice. Once you see it in the screenshots, it looks really good. And I think I put a rug in there. Yes, I did. And played around with the doors. I wasn't happy with the ones I had in there originally. And that's pretty much it for the inside of the house. Now we're going out to the little side yard. There was a bag of dog food sitting there, so I had to get rid of that. Landscaping. I really struggle with landscaping. I think I'm getting a little bit better than what I used to be. I guess I used to just think that You could use a bunch of different colors and it would all look good. But now I'm realizing that if you kind of stick to just like two kind of color schemes, like whites and pinks or whites and purples, or, you know, like you don't just throw a bunch of stuff in, it looks a lot better that way. And I'm kind of learning to use like the dirt as well to kind of make things look a little more realistic. So I was trying to stick with pinks there a little bit. I still struggle with it though. It's still something that I'm not really that good at. Using the rocks is also a good tool to kind of enclose a little kind of flower bed area. And I put like a little patio and some like tables and chairs. It's a smaller yard, so there's not a ton of space to work with there, which should make it a little bit easier for me, but it still wasn't exactly what I had in mind. I think the house is really cute, but it's hard to make the landscaping turn out the way that you had pictured it in your head. I'm still happy with it though. It's just not very big. I kind of thought of maybe putting a hot tub out there, but I thought that the patio table and chairs was a better fit. I think, like I said, I will include the creative sim that I have for this house. I'll put it at the end though, so that you don't have to watch it if you don't want to. You can just kind of skip ahead with the screenshots if you want, or you can stick around and watch the creative sim. It doesn't really matter. I do want to have some families in my save file, and I know that not everyone is interested in watching Creative Sim, so I want it to be mostly about the speed builds because I want to keep those going on my channel as much as possible. I'm in a very buildy mood right now, so there's probably going to be quite a few speed builds coming. I've actually got like 2 more lined up. I'm trying to finish San Myshuno first, and sometimes you're just not in the mood for apartments, so today I kind of decided to just go to Willow Creek and do some building there. Willow Creek is almost full. I just got like the bigger lots to fill up, which are going to take a really long time, I think. But yeah, that is pretty much it for this little house. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to give it a like. Comment below, let me know what you think. And if you're not subscribed already, I would appreciate it so much if you could subscribe and hit the little bell as well so you're notified every time I upload a new video. Thanks so much for watching.